How's it going, everyone? This is Cal Knight coming at you. I am a watch professional, watch enthusiast, watch collector, and educator of 15 plus years. And today I'm excited because I get to show you the behind the scenes of what it looks like at a world class watchmaking shop. Now, this is something that very few people get to see, especially in the United States of America, because watchmaking for its entire history has been almost a hidden gem nestled away in the mountains of Switzerland, and it was very exclusive for someone to be able to see what was actually happening. My background comes from watch investing, luxury timepiece collecting, trading, and then educating people about how to buy, sell, and trade and enjoy long-term benefits of luxury timepieces like Omega, Audemars Piguet, Patek Philippe, Seiko, Cartier, Ulysse Nardin, Richard Mille, and all the high-end Haute Horology brands. So it's super exciting for me to come here today and be able to walk into this world-class shop and not only enjoy it for myself and explain a little bit more about why I'm involved with these folks here locally, but also how they have made such a huge impact in the luxury timepiece space and in the luxury watch world, and show you some of the intricacies and the beauty that comes with watchmaking as an art that is now still thriving, not dying, even though that was the trend many years ago. So let's go take a look. We're going to take a ride to the shop. I'm going to show you the behind the scenes of what's going on, and I'm going to show you some really cool stuff if you're into luxury watches. So let's go. All right, so we're on our way up to West Palm Beach in sunny South Florida, where Bennisson Watch Repair is actually located currently. And I had found Bennisson while I was trying to find a solution for someone to service my Patek Philippe Nautilus, the all rose gold 5980 chronograph complication. And I had moved from Philadelphia when COVID had hit. This was back in 2019, 2020. And I had lost access to my previous watchmaker up there. So living down here in South Florida, I needed a solution, and I can't just trust anyone with a Patek Philippe, you know? It's not like I can just drive down to Miami and throw this in the hands of someone who's an Omega Tech, you know, or someone who only works on certain calibrations of pieces. So I had done some research online, and this name kept popping up, and I didn't even give them a try at that point. I really honestly didn't reach out. At the time, I was still living in Delray Beach, which is about 45 minutes away, and I had actually seen one of the founders, Chris, online on the watch forums. So there's different watch forums online. Some of you are probably part of those on Facebook, like the trading groups or the collector groups or the enthusiast groups that are online and the forums that are on Facebook. So this gentleman had been posting out different beautiful photos of timepieces they were servicing, and had reached out to me about one of the networking events they were hosting at the Fort Lauderdale yacht show. So I decided I would reach back out and say, hey, I want to come up and visit you guys because I have a lot of high-end timepieces that need to be taken care of, both, authentication wise, because I like to check my pieces out for authenticity, polish wise, because I can only trust certain people to do a manufacturer grade polish, not just one of those, hack jobs that a lot of people do in the jewelry districts. Oh my God. It's, I don't know if any of you have ever trusted some of these people with your Rolex or your baby, and you go in there and it comes back, it looks worse than when you got it, or they put a high grade shine on some of these things that need more of a matte shine or a matte polish. So I just needed to trust someone, and I needed a good contact. So I decided to make a day out of it. And when I went in there, it was phenomenal. I mean, I don't think out of my 15 plus years doing this, I've ever seen people in a shop that had not only the caliber of qualifications of what they were doing. I think they had some of the highest, certifications accessible to people to get their pieces serviced. Like, they have a certified level 3 Patek Philippe maker in there. They have someone who can work on Richard Mille in there, and that's really hard to find, right? So they had all these WOSTEP certifications, which was kind of cool. And then they were also just very, very warm, friendly, and they were educating me about everything that was going on in the building and what was going on with my timepiece, which I really liked. You don't find that in many places, not just in the watch world in general, because it can be very cold. It can be very like dog eat dog, which I don't like. And they were very, very kind, and they were welcoming, and they were very educational. So they were like, show me what was going on with my watch, and they took me back in the back to see it on the time grapher, on the water testing resistance machine, and all the kinds of processes and tests they put it through. So that was fantastic, and just them being so open to educating me on the service side of things, which I didn't know as much about at the time. Now I clearly do a lot more since I've been involved, but I didn't really know much about it at the time, but I knew all the things about timepieces, just not how to take care and service them at that caliber level. So that was fantastic, and they were offering me solutions that I couldn't find anywhere else. So at one point, I had a Panerai that I needed to get one of the spring bars and the lug replaced, and they had essentially had a watchmaker there who created a part. So there was no part to be ordered, right? Like, I was basically SOL, shit out of luck, and I was like, all right, well, I guess I just have to write this off. And they said, well, we have a guy who's from Cuba who's been watchmaking since he's been 14, one of the youngest watchmakers I've ever encountered in my career, and he actually soldered and made a part for me, which was insane. That was almost exact spec to OEM. So we're gonna pop in here. I'm gonna show you guys a little deep dive into what goes down at one of these world-class shops, and to give you a little bit of the insight into how you can find yourself getting access to these types of solutions. Like I said, I started out my journey buying my first Rolex Datejust as a gift to myself way back in like 2009, just to step up into a big boy timepiece from some of the mall stuff I was trying out, like Fossil and the things that were pitched as collectors and enthusiasts, unfortunately, in this world. And it was enlightening. I saw a whole new breath of love come out of me, that when I was wearing that watch, it was like I was a new man, and I got to connect with amazing people, and we all had this mutual passion for luxury timepieces. So as I learned more and more about this self-starting, it just was like the floodgates opened up. I was able to educate and understand how to leverage them as assets instead of liabilities. I was able to connect with amazing people, build a business out of it, turn my passion into that business, and then really start helping others and educating others who were either just getting started out on their luxury timepiece trading journey, or seasoned veterans getting started on watches, whether they were just collecting them, investing in them for generational wealth and heirlooms for their other loved ones, or just wanting to enjoy these beautiful works of art on a wrist. So been doing that for quite some time, and again, that's what was interesting about connecting in here, is that in my journey, I've never seen a place quite like this. So we're gonna take a quick look at this, but I'll roll up and we'll hop in. All right, so here we are at Bennisson Watch in West Palm Beach, and we're gonna give you guys a little bit of a tour of this shop, take a look and see what's going on today. Let's see what's cracking. Hello, hello. All right. I see everyone's hard at work. This is probably the only place I've ever seen where you can look into the back here and see what these guys got going on with authentication and service. It's amazing. Let's go take a look at some of the machines. What's up? How's it going, guys? So I love being in here. It's like a magic kingdom of luxury watches. I'm actually sitting on a vibrating gamer chair right now, and I had a watch that I had ordered to purchase come into Bennisson that I used as an escrow. So basically I sent the watch to the shop, It's this Zenith. We can take a look right here. So we can do a little bit of an unboxing. And the Zenith is fabulous, right? But every time I have a watch that I order, I actually get it sent here to Bennisson at the shop because I get authentication immediately as soon as it comes here. So I don't even need to be here to sign for it. It's like this amazing mobile service. Guten Tag, Ryan. Bittensehen. What does that mean?
It's like saying, how are you?
Yeah? In German? Or Deutsch? Or is it the same?
Dutch or Deutsch?
Deutsch.
Deutsch is speaking is German for saying you speak German.
Oh, okay. That's our German watchmaker. Right, Dankeschön. So, yeah, basically I come in here and I get to play with all these fun toys at Bennisson. And I also get to leverage the escrow services. So the talent of the watchmakers that you saw in the shop, right at the disposal of the fingertips here. And then getting watches delivered that are signed for is pretty sweet. I can also get these watches signed for at my other office and at home, but it's more risky, you know what I mean? So let's take a quick peek at what I got. Ooh, it's like you're a kid on Christmas at all times around here. Let me see. Oh, don't write off this brand new Tag Heuer Chrono Sprint 2023, which no one has access to. Thing is pretty interesting. I'm not usually a Tag Heuer fan. Value-wise, they don't hold value as much as other brands like Rolex, Audemars Piguet, Richard Mille, Patek Philippe. But there are a few pieces that will always be in demand, like the Monaco edition, the Square Racing Monaco, things like this Chrono Sprint with a new patent pending mechanism in it, and certain pieces like the skeleton Porsche editions, you know what I mean? So let's take a look at this Zenith that I got, and we'll kind of go from there. I just got to get it it's tight, this unboxing. Let's see what we got. Looks pretty good. Ooh. That's that El Defy 100th second chronograph right here. Beautiful. We're going to take a look at that from the other angle. Look at that. In the ultraviolet purple. All ceramic coated. In the ultraviolet, in the light, this actually looks phenomenal. And the case back is equally as amazing. Look at this. See if you can see it close. Look at that. That purple star right there, rotor. It's amazing. So that's what I picked up today. I'll probably sell this really quick. It's hard to find these ultraviolet Zeniths because they're really high in demand. These new Zeniths with these amazing colors like blue, like orange, like purple, with the 45 millimeter case are a very cool daily, a very hot watch to have. And of course, I made sure it came with box and papers. So I'll check those out, which are a major thing when you are buying something that is collectible. When you are buying something that actually needs to hold its value instead of, just wearing it for kicks and giggles, So having that here, I'm probably going to have them authenticate that, check it out, make sure nothing's wrong with it, which is perfect. That way I don't end up buying something that is going to be a money pit or going to be anything that I'm going to sink too much cash in. I can immediately return it if it's not up to my standard. And having a resource like that on hand is pretty crazy. So everyone should have a watchmaker like that where you get to do those things. I'm going to throw this thing on my wrist. Right now I have an Audemars Piguet Royal Oak Offshore Diver limited edition for Japan, gray and rose gold piece, which I love. again, another limited edition, tricky to find, appreciating in value, and then cool stuff like this. This is what it's all about to me. Being a watch collector and an enthusiast, it's not just about doing it for, money. It's not just about doing it for buying stuff that everyone and their mother likes. It's about buying it because you love the designs, horology, you love talking to new people and connecting over these beautiful works of art on the wrist. So I love it. And actually, I'd probably end up wearing something like this when I travel, just because I don't necessarily want this bad boy to get sliced off my wrist. But with this Zenith, the cool thing is with the purple, I'm going to end up putting that with some of these cool matching outfits, and it's going to look really good. I think there's some purple in this shirt. I might actually wear it today. Yes, I am the type of person who matches my shirts to the watches I wear. And if you don't, chances are you're not doing it right. You know what I mean? So I'm going to get that checked out. Bring it over here real quick. Have the watchmakers look at it. Hola, Lorenzo.
No.
Hola. What's up, Chris?
All right.
There's our guys doing their thing. They're going to check that out. And, yeah. We'll have to do a deep dive into some of this stuff over the course of the next coming weeks. I'm going to show you guys a few things that come through the shop, a few pieces that just get me really ramped up and excited, and talk a little bit about, not just how to collect these pieces, what to look for, and also how to evaluate them from your own portfolio standpoint and collecting in a way that isn't going to lose you money. You know what I mean? So thinking about it more financially savvy. So stay tuned for that. There's a lot more magic where this came from, and they might even polish some of these pieces that I have in here too. I'm not going to get the Zenith polished. Polishing ceramic is a bad idea. But when it comes to stuff like precious metal, I only trust these people to do it. There's a huge difference between light polishes that you will get at certain places where you have these ad hoc guys who never knew how to polish hitting these watches versus a factory OEM caliber polish. Huge difference, night and day. It's like taking your extremely expensive babied piece and giving it to an expert instead of giving it to someone who might hit it with the wheel wrong and totally damage the watch. So we'll probably take a look at that as well over time. All right, folks, there you have it. That was the behind the scenes of Bennisson watch repair. Amazing, amazing, amazing things going on here. Some of the highest quality caliber watchmaking in the world right here in sunny South Florida at your disposal. If you want to come down and visit, I highly suggest it. Get in touch with Bennisson if you have any service authentication and or other needs. They're amazing. They're doing quality work on some of the complications of watches that I could only dream of seeing come through Switzerland. I've enjoyed it. This is why I'm hanging out here a lot more, so you're going to see a lot more of this content. If you like, share, subscribe right here. We're going to talk a little bit more about some how-to stuff with your luxury timepieces, how to keep proper maintenance on those pieces, some crazy amazing tricks and hacks that go on and ways to spot fakes. And we're also going to talk a little bit about the market side of things, the investment side of things, and all that jazz. All right? So thanks for joining. Thanks for tuning in. Until next time, I'll see you, and enjoy the new world standard of watchmaking. Peace.